WLP, WBXLP, WFLOP, Providence.
This is Bim, aka Mr. Bim, and you are now listening to the Please Delete This podcast on WBRU.
Yo. Hey guys.
What's up? What's up?
Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome.
What's up? What's up?
To another episode of Please Delete
What's up?
This.
What's up?
We're still in the singing mood. In the building, we got Darren
Bam.
Genevieve.
and DJ Franchise himself. We are the Please Delete This Pod Squad.
My people.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Not much, man. How's it going?
Franchise. Happy Monday, bro.
Happy Mother Effing Monday!
Showing up a happy Indigenous Day.
Ain't that loud?
We all separate the other guy. Jen,
What's up, yo?
how was your weekend, my friend?
My weekend was great. How was your
I
weekend?
can't hear you, bro.
You can't hear me?
There we go.
There you go.
See, apparently that's just how I get down.
Nah, it's a-
Yeah, weekend was great. How was your weekend, Darren?
It was, I'm still recovering from my weekend. It's because we had such a ball last night. Ben, you had a good weekend?
Y'all say you had great weekends without talking about what you actually
Yeah,
did
no,
on the
I just
weekend.
said
What is
yes.
that? Come on, man.
So I'll tell you.
Just jump to what you want to do.
I DJ'd a wedding on Saturday,
Mhm.
which was great fun. Congratulations to Sam and Sydney. And then last night, we did some karaokeing with my two friends.
Ow.
And shout out to Providence Event Space.
Real quick. Before we get into the karaoke. Wedding.
No, not this beach thing again.
Best man or maid of honor?
Oh.
Go. I have to ask every time.
They both gave really good speeches.
Okay. Those are the best.
Yes, they both give good speeches. They both had very clear voices. You could hear them. I'm gonna say though, the groom had a more thoughtful speech.
Was it off top or?
No, I think he wrote.
Okay.
Right, baby?
He had a CVS receipt.
He had a CBS receipt.
I know he did.
My
For those
goodness.
for those who are like, what? My wife Clarabella's behind us. So yeah, I'm gonna go to the best man.
Okay, nice.
Wait, tell me, did he really write it on a CVS receipt?
Yeah,
Or was it just really long?
that was really long.
Okay.
I like it.
So yeah, so then that was that. So we'll get back to that because I got a question on that.
But then we went karaokeing last night. We hosted karaoke night at the Providence Event Space, which was so much fun.
Yes.
I sound like a burning dumpster fire, but
I didn't know that had a sound.
That's what I
There's
sound
a lot
like.
of cackling.
Yeah, oh man. I was going through puberty last night. My voice was all cracking and stuff, but it was so much fun. So shout out to them for letting us host the event. Jen,
Yes, dear.
how your take of the event? Because Jen was out there.
Yeah, so, all right, we got to give people background on this
Yes.
karaoke thing. I don't know if we have enough time in the segment, but karaoke is a thing that we've been doing for the last, 7-8 years. I think it was my 30th first birthday. I was like, yo, we should go do karaoke at this Chinese restaurant.
Yes.
Knowing good and well that I'm awkward and I wasn't going to sing. But then the thing about karaoke is you always go in there saying, I'm not going to sing your first time. And then you end up with the mic in your hand.
Yep.
And ever since then, we've tried to go every now and then. So last night was our first time actually hosting a karaoke event, which is very different, I must say, because you gotta engage the whole time.
Oh yes. Oh yeah, that's true.
You can't take a break.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah. Bim had to keep us on check with that.
And I, in my wildest dreams, would have never thought that I could have done that.
Well,
Did
you
it?
kind of. Not really.
You're right.
Jen, I love you. Never change. But my goodness.
Jen was a mess. So
I'm great at karaoke. If there was points scored, I would get the most points.
And like points in terms of what?
Whatever, doesn't matter. I would win karaoke every time.
Champion.
Champion, give me the trophy.
the thing about Jen is being able to host, you have control over the music and who goes in what order. And for Jen, that means I don't have to listen to the whole song you're singing because I don't like it.
It wasn't. Oh, I only did that to you.
Yeah, wow.
Yes, that is a fact.
That is-
But she
I
did
just
it
didn't want
to
to hear the whole my song.
right. So she would come up and say, "Hey, I want this song," and we would put that song on. And when she had enough of that song, like a
Yeah.
verse into it,
Yeah,
okay,
so
you can change it.
I think that's from a lifetime of listening to mixtapes.
So maybe
Like,
you
who
should.
listens to the whole song?
Okay, so maybe you should create like a Funk Flex mixtape karaoke
Karaoke.
event where y'all blend songs together and just go into the
That's
next
my
song.
actual dream.
Or just do more songs that have more people on it, so you don't have to do the whole joint.
Yeah.
No, just give me the chorus and the first verse.
Nah, that's not sufficient,
Facts.
man.
That's
Nah.
all you need.
A classic R&B song has a bridge before
But I
the
don't
last
need
verse
that,
that
though.
you
But
need to get
when
to.
we're DJing, how often are we playing that?
But it's not DJing.
But that's her mindset.
Nah,
She's
karaoke.
No, but I'm
is
saying if you do
singing.
the mix thing like you're saying,
That's a whole different vibe.
No,
yeah,
right,
it's got to be first verse and chorus.
Yeah, but we're going to come back and talk more karaoke. But up next, we got Young Blue featuring Chris Brown and 2 Chainz. Baddest.
In the basement, we have Darren, Bim,
Genevieve.
and we are to Please Leak This podcast on WBRU 101.1 FM. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Stop.
What's happening? Happy afternoon. I said
the wrong
happy
song.
afternoon. Good afternoon.
It's
yes,
not
Darren, wrong
breathing
song.
stop. It is not breathing stop. I am so upset with
Oh,
you
sorry.
right now.
I'm sorry.
See, Darren, that's what we were talking about with the. He didn't. But
man.
he gets a pass though. He gets a pass though. 'cause
After
it-
just hearing his story,
Exactly.
I'll let it slide.
I know the song, guys.
Do you know this one of the one Wale just redid?
he don't even know the Wale
know
one.
the
He don't
Wale
know.
one.
Alright, you know what? I feel better that you not know the Wale one.
Which I'm not a fan of. Really? I like Cole's verse, but
Cole killed it.
yeah, Cole bodied that. But yeah, back to karaoke real quick. We forgot to mention Helena's Lethos rather, sorry.
Yes.
For providing delicious snacks
It was so good.
during the karaoke
was so good.
experience. And also, once again, shout out to PVD Event Space. We had beverages. There was hookah, comfortable seating and ample seating for everyone. What better environment to enjoy karaoke as an adult? I cannot think of another.
No.
And because of that, we'll be doing it again
Yeah.
Wow, that was
next
good.
month. Come on, man, we here.
Wow.
We here. We'll be doing it again next month, and we'll be doing it for a cause. It'll be a food drive to build some Thanksgiving baskets for families in need.
Yes.
So we'll take like a canned good or some type of food donation at the door. So if you don't follow us on social media, please follow us on Instagram, Darren.
PLSDELTHIS.
And you can find us on Facebook at the Please Delete This podcast. And that's where you can find any information on what's upcoming. Even if you don't like to sing, if you just want to drop by and leave some food for a great cause,
Yes.
please follow us so you can get the information when that drops.
Yay.
Now, we had some great performances last night.
Last night was epic.
And it got me thinking, in our age as we are now, we don't do what we used to do in our youth. Karaoke is high on the list for a washed, I'll say, quote, activity that I enjoy thoroughly. Add to that lawn care. That's been very near and dear to me.
Yes.
A trip to the gun range. Look, I'm all over the place with this, guys, but follow me. And also a nice quiet evening or going to the cinema alone. So, what are some things in adulthood that bring you guys joy besides sitting on the couch? Joy. Besides sitting on the couch. Because I know we all like to do that, but what are things that you wouldn't have done in your 20s or thought that this is something I enjoy more than going out?
I know I realized I was at a different point in my life when going for a drink or going to the bar sounded like a good thing to do. I remember being like 21, 22 and having a guy say, oh, let's go out for a drink. I'm like, go out for a drink? What do I look like? Now that's like so fun.
Yes.
I don't go to the club. I go places like for a drink.
Have a nice seat.
Just sit down.
Sit down.
Oh,
Sit down.
all right.
Yeah, Darren didn't get it for us.
No, yeah, I wasn't there, and then I got it. So
He's like, what's the difference? 'Cause that's how old
exactly?
I forgot what the difference
I
is.
did. So for me, it's going to the cigar lounge.
Ooh, Darren, yes.
The
oh my
lounge,
goodness.
the cigar lounge. Oh man, it's just relaxing. Just get to talk or not talk, and this is perfect.
Yeah, sit there. I'm glad you mentioned that. It's probably within the top 5. Cigar
Yes,
Lounge.
yes.
Watching the game or not watching the game.
Just sitting there and just thinking about nothing.
Or even not even having a cigar in the cigar lounge.
Just
a
sitting
nice
there.
cognac.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Beautiful.
Hey, y'all sound
we
mad
sound mad
sophisticated.
Don't we?
With your
My
legs
smoker's
crossed.
jacket
Yeah,
on.
with your loafers.
You said a nice cognac.
Oh yeah, nah, it's
You
true.
got to swirl it around and smell it before you drink.
Oh, you
Can I
must.
ask you a real question, a serious question?
All right.
Who this for?
But either one.
Go ahead.
The cigar bars you go to, do they sell Henny?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, VSOP. Some of the higher end ones also, but yeah.
Huh. I don't
Yeah,
know why. I feel like they wouldn't.
But because Hennessy has the different tiers.
I know.
They don't have that Hennessy. Yeah, they don't have that.
What's wrong with her? What's
So why don't you just say what you saying?
wrong with her?
What's that?
They don't have which Hennessy?
The base model.
Not the base.
Ooh, you like that? You like that? You thought I was gonna say something else. You thought I was
Because
gonna
that's
say
the question that I'm asking, and y'all act like you don't know the question I'm asking. Do they sell that Henny?
Of course not. Not in the one that we go to. They
Like
don't.
the base model.
The base model, no.
Got the Henny with the regular locks.
Nah. They can't have that.
Oh, I got it. For sunroof, got it.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
Leather seats and things.
No,
Franchise.
that's right.
You got something?
being older, what I never thought I would enjoy, going to bed early.
Whoa,
Man.
what time's early for you?
Sometimes I'm in bed by 9 o'clock.
Man.
Oh, because you here early.
I'm
Yeah.
in bed
9
by
o'clock is late for
9
me
o'clock.
sometimes.
Man.
Like
Yeah,
if I'm up till 9, nah.
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 I wish.
Really?
I wish I could find myself.
Because now you wonder, like, why am I staying up to 2 in the morning on a Wednesday?
Why?
I know exactly why.
Why?
That's my quiet time.
Why am I staying up to 2 o'clock in the morning on a Wednesday?
You're right.
Yeah.
No,
Ooh.
because sometimes that's your time to, you know, like, for us especially, after the boys go down, that's like our 4 or 5 hours where it's like we don't have to deal with anybody. We could just either do work or like space out or watch whatever we can't watch around the boys.
Don't know.
So yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, when I was younger, I was such a night owl, and I would tell people, do not try to call my phone before noon because I'm not up. Now it's like the complete opposite. My phone goes on Do Not Disturb automatically at 7 p.m.
That's impressive. 7?
Yep. You guys laugh.
Ain't even
primetime TV yet.
Don't interrupt my TV shows. But anyway, here, the next song is a song that I'm really upset I forgot to do last night in karaoke. I'm gonna do it next time, so make sure you come out and hear it. It's Mario, Braid My Hair.
Oh, yeah, we back in the building. Yeah. So, like I was telling you guys earlier, right?
Yes.
I DJ'd a wedding, and my wife happened to be in attendance, and we know the groom pretty well. And so we got to this conversation of the wife asks me, Bim. This is funny. She says, "What do you tell your boy that's getting married? Like, how do you prep him for the night that he's about to have with his new wife? What do you say to your boy?"
Right.
So when I heard this, I was like, I don't know.
Stupid ass.
It's a slip.
My bad.
It's a slip.
Yeah,
Right? It's a
got
big
this.
slip. I
My
get
bad.
it. I get it. But like, she's like, what do you tell your boy? Like, you know, and so I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, well, do you tell him, you know, you got to take care of your woman, you got to make sure you please her, and she comes first. And I'm like, no,
The night before the
none
wedding?
of,
God, no.
no, none of that would come out of our mouths, right?
No.
Right? And so it's such a weird thing, right? So I'm looking at her, I'm like, so what is it different for women? And she's like, yes, you have to, you know, tell her or prep her to do this or, you know, whatever it's, I don't know. I don't know. Right? So I was like, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me and my singular thought thinking that your wedding day, I just told you I was happy for you. Enjoy life. I didn't think I gave you any tips on what to do for the night.
No.
So is
And- oh, go ahead.
No. So,
So, yeah, so as a married man,
yes.
actually both of us, we
Yes.
know how it feels the day of the wedding.
Yes.
I don't need any more jitters. I don't need any other angst, any other feelings. So we keep it simple.
Yes.
I'll prep my buddy and say, yo, if you're going to cry, let it happen.
Okay.
Just enjoy the day, and it's about y'all. And that's it. Basic information.
So we're prepping more for the emotional state of the day.
Yes.
Not so much anything having to do with nighttime.
Yeah,
We figured
because
out that.
you got your whole life, God willing, with your wife, and I'm your partner for life. So we can always chop it up about, you know, how to navigate through problems and all these other things. But if it's the day before your wedding, you already got a lot going on in your mind. Be as calm as possible. Be chill and just enjoy. All that money you spent, all the planning and all that stuff is done.
Well, no.
Have fun. This is y'all day. That's
You
it.
know what I find interesting about that?
Those
Is
are
that
yeah.
so what it sounds like, I'm not married, so I've never given obviously advice to someone on their wedding day, but it sounds like with women we want to prepare our friends for what's next because that's where we get our anxiety. And it sounds like for men, you guys have to prepare for your emotions, like because that's something that you don't normally get to express, even if you have them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, this today, it's all right, let it happen and enjoy it, because otherwise normally you guys can't do that, and that's terrible.
No, it's not terrible because
I was like, no, it's fine. I like to keep
It's-
my bottles inside.
so like, and it's a common thing around guys, right? So it's something we manage, just like how you guys may express yourselves more. You guys navigate in that space because it, you know, works for your existence, so to say. But for us, we know how we are on a day-to-day, so we give the advice based on that.
And that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like that the fact that your day to day
Yeah,
isn't as emotional.
it doesn't need to be though, because like, so my first time crying at a wedding was actually at Darren's wedding.
Oh.
Being beside him and seeing what
Oh.
he looked like, seeing his bride come down the aisle. Oh my! From my man's, that got me right away. So that was unexpected because I knew he would cry. I kept the tissues in my pocket for him. I didn't know it was gonna get me. So that's something that's unexpected for most guys. So imagine your wedding day, photographers, videographers, everything. and your wife starts coming down and you don't know that you might cry. And that's why we see some of these viral clips of guys bawling. Yeah. If you don't know that's coming, you're going to be a mess, snot and everything.
No, you're right.
That's too raw.
Right, because nobody does prepare. As a man, nobody tells you, like, you might feel this type of way and you might cry, and let it happen.
Let it out.
Be in the moment.
Right.
Right. I mean, nobody really told me that day. Just kind of, the girls were coming down, my 2 daughters, and I was like, "What is? Oh no!" And my eyes started. Oh no!
What
Here
is
it
this
comes.
feeling?
Yeah,
tickles a
there's
little
something
bit.
wrong with my eye. Help, mommy, help! My mother was over there looking at me. She's crying, looking at me. I'm looking at her, and I'm
He
looking
said,
at
"Mommy,
my wife.
help!"
Yeah, mom, please. What's happening? It doesn't feel right. She definitely wasn't. My mom was ready to jump in, but I thought it was just an interesting conversation because as far as anything sexual for the evening goes between you and your lady, I don't think any guy, and speaking for myself, would think of, hey, Bim, hey, tonight you got to perform, you got to put it on.
No, unless
Make
you're
sure
both
you worry about
virgins.
her.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say, okay, let's go down this route because you went there. The groom is a virgin, right? Bride is a virgin. Do you say anything different? Do you say anything still?
But you don't have no, because you don't have that same experience of being a virgin on a wedding day.
Right, I can't relate.
So you can't relate.
Yeah, I'll
That's
say
different.
It's okay if it doesn't last long. That's what would be my advice. Don't be so hard on yourself.
You'll get him next time, kiddo.
Yeah, you'll get him next time, kiddo.
Make sure she comes
Wait, on the mic, if anything.
Wife's advice was make sure that she comes first to the groom.
So I'm not sure we could say
Well,
that.
yeah, I was gonna say, guys.
He meant as in puts her first.
Like put
You're
your
just
woman
being
first, like
nasty.
Jaheim.
Good cover.
Yes, put your woman first.
Thank you.
Dear.
Oh,
And if
This
it
is
comes
not
to
in the
sex,
basement.
hopefully she has an orgasm first. before-
There we
Yes,
go.
exactly. That's what we meant,
Yes. She comes first and all.
Yes.
And
yes. Put the lady first.
yes.
Yes.
Next
Oh,
one.
please let the next song.
20 seconds.
I don't think we
Right. So the next song is a little ditty by Schoolboy Q. That part.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah, we bike. So we kind of flew through weekend talk, but on Saturday there was a heavyweight fight. The third installment of the boxing matches between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. I got to watch it with my guys. Shout out to Kenny and Cito. Happy birthday, my brothers.
Happy birthday.
Some of my guys, my longtime guys, we got together to celebrate. And shout out to Kenny's sister too for putting it together. But we're all fight fans, so we ordered the fight, and I had called it in advance. Anybody who watches boxing will know, at least to me, that Deontay Wilder lost both fights. The first fight saved him because of those knockdowns that he had on Fury. The first, towards the end of the fight, and second fight, it was easily a loss. And Wilder had all these excuses.
Didn't he wear that dragon on top of him?
He had this massive suit. He said, "Oh, my legs were tired from wearing this suit." Then he also said, "Hey, I didn't feel like myself. Someone must have put something in my water." Then he
Put
said,
something in my water?
Yeah. Then he also said, Tyson Fury cheated. He was hitting me with the
too
side of
hard.
his gloves.
He was hitting me too
hitting
hard.
too hard in the boxing ring.
Wait, come out. Can we go back to put something in my water? If somebody puts something in your water, you would
you
see
taste
it. It's water.
Yeah.
At least say in your soda.
Well, there are things that don't have a taste that could be put in there. But
Right.
yes.
Don't those things kill you?
And well, it can do a lot of things. Darren, it can do anything.
right.
Yeah, it can make you impotent. It can do a lot of things. But so he had several excuses, which I'm not a fan of. This is one of the few sports where it's dependent on you to win, right? You don't have teammates. You don't have anything else besides your coaches when you go to the corner to make your adjustments. But other than that, it's you and the other person. He beat you fair and square. He knocked you out. Fight was over. So, to me, Tyson Fury, a much superior boxer. Deontay Wilder has probably the hardest hitting right hand I've seen in my life. But the third time around, Tyson Fury pulled it off with a knockout in the 11th round. Now, I did think it was an exciting fight, just because Wilder did get a couple of knockdowns, but I'm not a fan of people who can't take responsibility for their shortcomings.
Isn't that annoying?
Yeah, it's
So
we
lost.
can all see you. Like we saw it.
It's okay to lose.
Yeah, and I think he I didn't see it because we were all like talking about the fight and getting right back to drinking, but apparently Tyson Fury went over to Deontay Wilder to congratulate him and shake his hand after the fight. And Deontay Wilder still said, "No, I don't respect you. You're a cheater."
Wow.
So at this point, somebody who I was a fan of, Deontay Wilder, a black man, and I said I'm biased. If I don't know you and it's just, I'm a root for the black guy. That's just me, because I'm a black man. I don't see my people do their thing. But if you're a terrible sport, sore loser, I can't be a fan of somebody like that. So I'm off of that. I'll watch a Wilder fight still, but I can't root for somebody who you don't have integrity. I can't get behind that. And Jen, you're a fight fan, right?
Yeah, but I unfortunately did not see the fight.
You see any highlights?
No, I heard about the highlights. But it's just wild to me because I didn't really follow the whole, the Wilder Fury thing.
Mm-hmm.
I've had it explained to me a couple times. Hey, darling. But I never actually seen the fights.
Oh, okay.
So hearing you say that he made up all these wild excuses, like I can't even use those kind of excuses for like my regular life.
Yeah.
Never mind something where you get paid millions and millions of dollars. Are you crazy?
Right. And it's like you said, like imagine you coming to work late and you have this laundry list of excuses, but
Somebody put something in my water this morning, so that's why I'm late.
But guess what? That was your 4th day coming in late that week. So that was another excuse on top of that.
But this dragon suit I decided to wear to work though.
Nah, you're a wild boy. But so in the whole boxing landscape, actually, shout out to Demetrius Andrade. He got a fight coming up.
Oh yeah.
In November. Got to give him a shout out. But now everything in the heavyweight boxing world, which is where the most excitement is kind of weird because the Nigerian former champ Anthony Joshua lost a couple of weeks ago, which would have been a big, huge fight between him and Fury, but they'll sort that out. But boxing enthusiasts, you know what I'm talking about. Keep it pure. None of that sore loser stuff in boxing. Can't stand it.
Along the same sports kind of route, something that I noticed, I feel like it's very different turn here. Don't expect much out of this.
Okay.
Never good when he says that.
I feel like it takes a truly like a villain at life to be that cameraman, right? So listen, right? Okay, knockout happens. Boom, everybody, the cameraman's going crazy. They're looking at the crowd, they're looking at the winners, everybody. But there's one cameraman that plays the villain. He's like, yo, zoom in on the loser.
Yes.
Zoom in on that
Yes.
loser. Look at him right there. Look at right there. It
All right, now
happens in-
pan to his team.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
It happens in every sport.
No, forget that. Pan to his wife.
Oh my God! Why? What a villain!
They knocked out?
What a
His
villain.
crying child.
Look at
on
this
the
crying
crowd.
child. And they zoom in slowly too,
Yes.
like, and they hold the. Every sport it happens. In football, boom, they got a fumble. Other team takes it, runs it for a touchdown, and everybody's happy. And they're like zooming on the guy who fumbled. Zoom in him. He's right there. Look at
Then
him. Look
find
at
the
his face.
one guy in the
Yes.
crowd who has the opposite team jersey on.
Yeah.
How do they do that? What a villain!
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't have like a complete soul.
No.
If you're that person.
No,
And that has to be in your
Because
resume.
you're actively looking. Yes, because it's a skill that nobody does.
There we add that
has.
to your resume. It's long enough.
What a jerk. Coming up, we got Meek Mills featuring Rick Ross. I'm a boss.
So guys, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
It's an age-old debate, and I can't believe I've never actually talked to you two about this. A hot dog.
Oh boy.
I'm
Is it a sandwich?
This was back here reference. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Because it's got bread. There's meat in the middle. There's some toppings. Is it a sandwich?
By definition, it is a sandwich, but I don't feel like it is a sandwich.
You say by definition. What is the definition of a sandwich?
I'm saying bread
bread
with
meat,
something in the middle.
condiments, and bread.
Isn't it 2 slices of bread?
It don't have to be. You ever see a sub roll? They just split that in the middle.
So they call it a sub.
A sub is a sandwich.
A sub sandwich. It's a sub.
Subway is a sandwich shop.
Yeah.
So
So it's a
And
hot dog
so-
sandwich?
and so that's what I'm asking you.
No, it's not a sandwich. It's a hot dog.
But you just
But you just
It's a hot dog bun.
No, listen, you're
Bun
calling
is
it,
bread.
You're calling it a hot dog.
2
But
pieces.
it's just
it don't
the-
have to be.
By my definition.
It's just the meat. You're just referring to the meat in the middle. A hot dog. I'm gonna have a hot dog. You say hot dog with bread? No. You say I'm having a hot dog sandwich.
So if you're having a peanut butter and jelly,
Sandwich.
You don't say I'm having peanut butter and jelly.
yeah, you say that,
do
but you know
you?
it's a sandwich.
So,
you don't say I'm having a hot dog sandwich
And why don't we say that is the question.
because it's not a sandwich.
Why is it not a sandwich,
Because
bro?
it's not 2 pieces of bread.
It don't have to be 2 pieces of
How
bread.
you know?
Because a Subway sandwich can be 1 piece and they just, you know what I mean?
It's a sub. So
A
it's a
sub
different
is a
classification of
sandwich.
a sandwich.
That's
now
it.
it's
So it's a
different types of
sandwich.
sandwiches.
So y'all are saying it's a sandwich.
I'm asking you, is it a sandwich?
I don't think so.
I think it's a taco personally, but I'm not talking about.
See, this is why I was waiting for the shoe to drop, Darren. You fell for it, Darren. You fell for it.
I didn't see it. I was
You
walking,
were right along with
I was
her,
walking.
and now you think it's a taco.
Boom. And now it's a taco.
Now you're on her side,
Now I can
Darren.
go to Taco
Go.
Bell and go, hey, let me get a hot dog.
Yeah.
And and they would have to give me a hot dog.
They got to.
They have to at this point.
What kind of sauce? Fire.
Wait.
This hot dog is supposed to be fire.
Darren, you felt for
I
the
did.
banana in the
I
tailpipe.
did.
She drug you along, and you were going along with it.
Listen,
and I saw it. I said, danger. No. No. And now, Darren, it's a taco to you.
And it's a taco.
But it's
Going forward now, it's a taco.
So
all
what
right.
is a taco?
I was gonna say, so now it's a taco with sandwich. We've unlocked different
Oh
realms
my
now.
God!
But
What
to-
am I looking at?
I just gave it to you. There
Thank
is
you.
a hot dog
Franchise,
sandwich.
thank you.
There
Thank you.
go.
What
Show
am I
her.
I gave you 2 pictures in
Show
that
her.
group.
Now,
There's
what-
another one too.
Describe that picture,
All right,
please.
so franchise sent us a screenshot of a hot dog cut down the middle. It looks like it's 2 hot dogs between 2 pieces of sliced bread.
So, franchise,
I am
let me ask you,
disgusted.
my brother.
I am so disturbed.
Franchise, let me ask you, my brother, what constitutes a sandwich?
That's disturbing what I'm looking at.
2 pieces of bread.
This is an abomination.
But Darren, but why? It's bread, and it's a hot dog.
I would be so.
You know what's funny? In my brain, I'm like, that probably don't taste right.
There's nothing. I couldn't. There's nothing.
But it don't taste no different.
It
from-
shouldn't taste different.
But the difference is it's 2 pieces of bread that combine it together and hold it in place.
But it's
making
the
a sandwich.
same bread,
It
bro.
is called a hot
It's a
dog
different kind of
sandwich.
It's just so yeah, the cut makes it different. If I
Yes.
take a piece of chicken and I cut it in dice, or I slice it, or I leave it whole, it's still chicken.
But it's diced chicken.
So it's but it's chicken.
You know what pulled pork is, right?
It's pork.
And
I'm
it's
not
pulled.
gonna say it's not pork anymore because it's pulled. This
No,
is
we didn't
pork.
say it's not a hot dog.
You're saying it's not a hot dog because the bread is not cut all the way.
The hot dog is the meat in the inside, right?
A hot
so-
dog sandwich.
That's a hot dog sandwich in between 2 pieces of bread. You got hot dog buns. Hot dog go in a bun.
I'm
so-
beside myself at this picture.
So,
I'm still on the
so
picture.
now, Darren, you've seen the hot dog sandwich, and you think a hot dog is a taco. Your world has been ruined.
It's ruined.
Darren, you are ruined.
I'm
You know what's
ruined.
funny?
I'm so ruined.
Darren tried to leave 2 minutes ago. If you would have left, your life would not be in shambles right now.
Thank you.
See how Jen messed you up? She don't love you,
Oh
bro.
my gosh, she doesn't.
I love you.
I
is why I
went back
bring
to
this
it.
to you.
I can't even. Just look at this.
You know what's funny? Because it's an Instagram picture, you have to hold the screen or
Yes.
else it'll go away forever.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's had his thumb on his
the
phone.
whole time. The whole time. And they had enough to put onions in there. Like, what are you? What?
But people put onions on their hot dogs
yeah,
sometimes.
but now, oh my god. Do you see this?
So now
It's
do
a
you
hot
put
dog
so
sandwich,
you put
probably.
mustard on that?
On a hot dog?
On a hot
that?
dog sandwich.
You put whatever you want on a hot dog sandwich. And you have more space to work with. You feel me? We got on the mic. On the mic.
She said the only reason
Wow.
why you're surprised by this is because you weren't poor.
We didn't have hot dog buns when we
Yeah,
had
so
hot dogs. We
as-
had them
You know
Definitely
something?
put that between
you know,
2 pieces of
you
bread.
know something?
Facts.
You know what?
No
Now that
hot dog
I'm,
buns.
I didn't
Never
do
hot
2
dog
pieces of
buns.
bread, but now that she mentions that, when we didn't have hot dog buns, I would take one
One
piece of
piece
bread
and
and
fold
roll it
it
around the
with the
hot
hot
dog.
dog, yes.
So is that a
Yes.
hot dog sandwich because it's sandwich bread?
No, it's one piece of bread.
So what?
So-
Every bread starts out as one piece of bread, then you cut it into 2 pieces.
A bun is created as a bun. It didn't start off
A
as
loaf
a piece
is created as a loaf, so who cares?
Then
It's
it becomes
bread.
slices of bread.
It's bread.
Jen,
Yes.
it's not a sandwich. it's
not,
and
it's
not a
taco.
taco. I can't stand John. Darren, if you didn't learn anything today, let that be a lesson to you.
My lesson is don't come back.
No, the lesson is don't listen to her. Don't listen
No,
to
the
her.
lesson is don't let me come back. You can come.
COMES.
Yes.
Okay.
Go on the song, please.
Yeah, we got Cardi B. Happy birthday, Cardi. Bodak Yellow. Let's get it, y'all.
Are you guys done? You got it all at your sister?
Oh, you so jealous.
I'm mad jealous.
so
I'm mad
jealous.
jealous.
You in the same household as her.
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing worse than a bunch of people who watch the show and you just on the outskirts. It's like
Oh,
I
that
ain't
sounds
watch it.
mad interesting.
You got no
wow.
excuse.
I know that you gotta pretend.
Me,
Oh,
me and
yeah.
Darren just like, wow, that sounds
Yeah.
fun.
I gotta see it.
Hey, y'all go back to Bob and Abishola. Get out of here.
They got married.
I don't
shout
care.
out, shout out to
don't
Bob
care.
and Abishola. My mom came back.
They did.
My mom came back yesterday. First thing I asked her, you watch your show? Yeah, I saw the
Take
wedding.
the ice out your mouth, please.
I'm sorry, it's cold.
Please say that. Thank you.
Yeah, I saw the wedding. It was so nice.
Did they do a Nigerian
They did.
engagement?
See, you should have watched it.
No, I'm not gonna watch it. I can just ask you.
They didn't do an engagement and a wedding. They did just a wedding because they went to Nigeria for it.
Ah, okay, okay.
But it wasn't supposed to be like, it was impromptu. So
I keep forgetting.
yeah. So I gotta finish that first.
Hearing like those type of unions, it always makes me wonder who is not sacrificed, but who is like conforming to who here.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. What do you mean, Darren?
Like okay,
Okay, so in the show,
Yes.
Bob is a white man from Detroit, and Abishola is a black woman originally from Nigeria who lives in Detroit. And they meet, and he falls in love with her, and she falls in love with him after a little while. And now they just got married in the beginning of season 3.
Yes,
Go.
you heard that he fell in love with her first, and then she followed suit. So they got married, and so it's 2 different cultures. I think you said they got married in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
So you hear it and you're like, okay, the Bob is conforming more to Abishola and her cultures and her way of doing things, but sometimes I don't think it's always like that. It's always as simple as one conform to the other. So I always wonder whenever I see a union like that, like how are you navigating this new?
When you say like that, you mean people who are from two completely different backgrounds.
Yes, thank you. How are you guys navigating this new realm of things?
It's I mean, to me, especially before getting married, certain things can be established and understood prior that allow the person to understand, okay, I can make this work, or we can compromise with these other things culturally.
Yes.
I'm willing to do this, I'm not willing to do that, and then you find the middle ground within it. But yeah, just naturally it ends up being on one side more than the other.
Jesus. And so I mean, my wife is Puerto Rican, Dominican, and Black, and she is very involved in her culture, and that was something new for me. And I feel like it just kind of happened seamlessly.
Yeah.
Where just I naturally picked up on things that were important to her, and she naturally just picked up on things that were important to me, which was very little. But I always find it super interesting on how that works, and I guess the dynamics of that. But yeah, so. Changing gears for a quick second. I think I was having a conversation with you, Bim, on what is the, I would say, sexiest or unsexiest thing you've ever heard said to you. Maybe not to you, maybe around you, but the sexiest thing that you've heard. And just in case you don't have that sexiest thing, the unsexiest thing.
I want you to kick it off, Darren.
Me? So I won't give out names.
Be careful.
I guess my wife is right behind me. I won't give out names, and it wasn't said to me. It was said around me. But a co-worker at a past job was talking with another co-worker, and they were, I think, talking about relationships. And
you know what's funny? When you say co-worker, that's mad vague.
Yeah.
When it's you.
It wasn't me.
No, I'm saying with you. When you say co-worker, no one knows who you're talking about.
Oh, Jen.
Wow.
Jen, that hurts. It was like job number 20, I think.
Oh, dear.
Right. Anyway, so they're talking and having a conversation about relationships, and I guess the male coworker says to the female coworker, the boyfriend's not sticking around, or he's leaving or something like that. And the female coworker said, please, he know that he ain't going nowhere because I have this tight little beep.
Oh, dear.
And he ain't going nowhere. And to me, I was like, oh, the confidence to be able to say such a thing was super sexy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, again, it wasn't said to me. It wasn't said around me. Is that bad?
No, keep going, bro.
No.
Express yourself.
Because as men, you guys don't get to express your emotions on a daily basis.
Thank
and that's
you.
why you cry at weddings.
You gotta watch which emotion you're expressing.
I just thought it was
that certain emotion has HR.
True. Of course, I didn't say anything. I just heard it in my head.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was really the confidence enough to say, hey, like, I'm not confident in myself that I know that I'm that good. He's not going anywhere. And just the way her word choice was like, oof.
No, a lot of it, as you mentioned, is the confidence part of it.
Yeah.
Because ain't nothing sexier than just confidence. Like, my wife she exudes confidence. That's what, like, drew me to her, just in whatever she does. Like, it's just super sexy. But I'd say one of the sexiest things, and I say this all the time, Rihanna, Kiss It Better is one of my favorite songs.
Oh, and
just
Skin.
Her approach on that song and the confidence behind it, the power that she has behind it, even to tell a dude, right, in a male-dominant society, no, kiss it better. Like, yes, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Riri got that for me. Riri got that for me for sure.
I can't think of a sexiest thing I've ever heard, but I have an unsexiest thing, and you guys have heard me talk about this particular situation.
My favorite story.
So I had a second option. So the second unsexiest thing I've ever heard was, what kind of wig you like?
Oh,
Wow.
boy. And for the English speakers, what?
What?
It was a Haitian dude walked up to me at the end of Jovan's. So his
Recipe
accent. Recipe show. It's a church now. So he said, what kind of wig you like?
What kind of wig you like? Confidence.
Fam.
He was confident, though. He was confident.
That didn't work on you?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah,
You didn't answer him?
No.
He threw out that W of confidence, right?
Yeah, kind of wiggy.
What kind of wiggy?
But the actual unsexiest thing I've ever heard is somebody saying, You a sexy black MF.
Now, this is where I like to debate Jen. I think that's fly.
If I was trying to be sexy, but I wasn't.
But isn't there a kind of like a positive point that you weren't even trying to be sexy, and he sees this?
That's
side?
not how you talk to a lady who's at work, bro.
Let me tell you something, Jen. Let me explain something to you from a male perspective, right?
I'm at work, fam.
So
This
what?
is sometimes we're so caught off guard with beauty, and we're so caught off guard with just
Okay.
a stunning something in front of
Okay.
us. The words just come out, and we don't even know. It's you just a woo. You feel me?
Once we go off air, I'll tell you what this person's profession is, and then you'll understand why it wasn't sexy.
I mean, we're not talking about that. But it's true, because there's a lot of times where a woman will be standing there in just her natural environment and just looks good, and we just can't help it.
Yeah, man, we don't know what to say, man. But let's get into some old Kanye. Champion.
Yeah. Our time has come. We gotta get going. But Jen,
Yes,
you
yeah.
had something you wanted to talk about.
Well, playing Kanye just reminded me. Kim Kardashian hosted SNL this week.
Oh yeah.
Did you guys see that?
I saw
course
bits
not.
and pieces of the monologue.
I didn't watch the show either yet, but I did see the monologue.
Amazing.
And first of all, the first question is, did you have any type of feeling when you heard she was hosting?
No.
Like, I feel like a lot of people were like, why?
She doesn't strike me as funny, so I didn't.
They don't
Yeah.
always bring funny people on the host, though.
They don't.
Sure.
No, yeah.
But I feel like a lot of people were just kind of like, she shouldn't be hosting for some reason.
No, I didn't think that.
Just because people don't like her, man.
People don't like him?
Yeah.
See, I'm very out of the loop when it comes to Kardashian Jenner situations. So, like, I never seen the show, so I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see. I mean, people don't like her for various reasons, but she has enough star power to garner hosting SNL. I don't see why not.
Yeah.
And the monologue was so good.
Yes, that's the only part
Yeah,
I saw.
and they don't
was the
write their own
monologue.
monologue, so it's.
Oh man.
And you could
Yeah,
tell
they don't
an
write it.
SNL writer wrote that because that was like,
there was a
wow.
lot of digs. Oh,
But
man.
but she delivered it well.
Yes,
But I think they wrote for her the way she talks.
got it.
You know what I mean? So she's just reading it off a teleprompter, very dry like, and the punchlines hit because it's so dry.
Right.
So
Makes
hey,
sense.
shout out for them. To them for doing that.
Thank you for joining us on this fine Monday afternoon. You can catch our episodes and our podcast if you follow us on your favorite streaming platforms such as Spotify, Speaker, iTunes Radio, iHeartRadio, Pandora for some reason. Make sure you follow us on social medias. On Instagram, it's PLSDELTHIS. On Twitter, the same handle. On Facebook, with the Please Delete This Podcast. And so follow us and share content. Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Like
search-
stuff. Don't just be laughing and holding your
Right,
laugh to
keep it
yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's too
Don't
much
be all
share.
selfish with the laughing. Yo, you laughing, tag your friend, let them laugh too. They might be having a bad day.
Share your
Hallelujah.
laughs.
Selfish.
Share your laughs.
Amen.
And then there was we have an event coming up next month, Bim.
Yes, next month.
Shout out to everybody that came to the event yesterday one more time.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
please, thank you.
For
Shout out
sure,
to
for
everybody
sure.
who was there,
Yep.
singing, dancing, vibing. Shout out to PVD Event Spaces on Instagram. Shout out to Lena's Litos on Instagram. And yeah, thank you
Shout
for
out
that
to
reminder.
hey, shout out to Regina. She came and shut that down.
Yeah, Regina body that.
Almost slipped.
Almost my arch nemesis. But she came through. She shut it down. Shout out to Thompson and Wole came through.
Yeah.
Man.
Too many to name.
Yeah.
Too many to name. Shout out to Franchise for having us here as always.
My man.
Yeah.
And actually Loud Session. There's an upcoming Loud Session, October 30th. PVD Event Space run event. Loud Session took place last month as well. Great event. So this one is Halloween themed, October 30th. So follow them on Instagram, loud_session, I believe. And for November, as mentioned earlier, we have a karaoke food drive to go towards building Thanksgiving baskets.
Yes.
So we'll have more details out. So make sure you follow us on Instagram and Facebook to get that. And of course, singing with us is
Yes.
a lovely, lovely thing.
Oh
So
man, it's so great.
pull up. Yeah. And also, real quick, I'm wearing my Colts jersey because Monday Night Football, Colts, Ravens. We got our first win finally, and I feel like we're on the right track, okay, to making a strong push for a playoff appearance,
Okay.
and you know, God willing,
I know
a lot
that's
more
right.
than that. You know what I'm saying? So, go Colts. We
Yeah.
here. Huh?
Go Rams.
And you know what's funny? It's cute how the Cowboys fans laughing, but
Let's go, baby!
We know
Let's go!
We know how this goes every year. They start out hot, they come out the gate.
We
and
don't
then-
start off this hot.
And then at the end, things just.
Yeah, the inevitable is things fall apart.
That's the part that makes it fun to watch Cowboys when you're not a Cowboys.
So let me
fan.
get that out now then. Let me get it
Hey,
out
you
That
know
is
what?
true.
You're right.
Let me
That
get
is
it
true.
out
You're
now.
right.
Let me
Flourish,
get it out
King.
now.
You got that.
Because I'm going to be quiet.
And then when
He
they
gonna
go
be quiet
down,
when he gets the car.
the
And
villain
Patriots-
cameraman is gonna zoom in on franchise.
Yeah, right.
Look at him. He's so sad. Look at him. Get his face. Get his face.
That one tear. Shout out to the Patriots for somehow pulling a win out of thin air yesterday.
What a
Yeah.
game. What
That
a
was
game.
that was a
Really?
good game.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to football in general. You know who don't get a shout out for me though?
Who?
All the kickers that missed all those.
Yo.
Green Bay?
Yo.
That
Green
Green
Bay
Bay end
game?
was wild.
Yo. Come on,
What
man.
was that about?
Poor kickers. I feel bad for them.
You
though.
get paid to do
Yeah,
one
but
thing on
fam,
the field.
There was a point where he was to the 10-yard line.
That's
He's
true.
to win the game.
You got to make that. You
What
got
are
to
we
make
paying
that.
you for?
It's
Yeah,
not like you
you gotta
play
make that.
defense and you kick. Like you only
You
kick.
only come in to kick.
And they don't practice as hard as everybody else. They in the shade.
That helmet
yeah.
don't even got all the
Yeah.
lines in it. Like, bruh, please do
Yeah.
what you do.
You ain't sweat.
Only
You
one
know
with a
what I'm
clean
saying?
jersey.
Only
Dang.
one.
Oof. Yeah, nah. And this is the best time of year because we got preseason basketball going on, so the season starts for NBA real soon. Playoff baseball. I don't watch baseball like that,
But it's the most exciting baseball is playoffs.
Hey, real
Exactly.
quick, you think Kyrie Irving's going to end up playing?
yo, I'm
That is
man.
so wild. Damn, we didn't even get to talk about that.
So you probably talked about it on the morning show, but Kyrie Irving is not eligible to play home games for the Brooklyn Nets because he hasn't gotten the vaccine.
and
the
in
vaccine.
New York, you have to be.
As a team owner, are we going to let this guy sit out for half the season?
They will. They will, because they don't want the liability of something happening with him contracting.
but does he
it or
get
whatever.
paid for all the games that he doesn't play?
That's a good
He's,
question.
he's contracted. I'm assuming he's still going to get what his yearly contract is.
Certain
Right.
amount is guaranteed. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like if my job was like, you have to get vaccinated to come in, and I'm like, nah, I'm salary, so I'm just gonna stay home. What?
Hiya. Yeah.
Kind of, that's what he's pulling. Kind of, that's
Basically.
what he's
Right, which is terrible because if you're a Brooklyn Nets fan, you waited. You got Kevin Durant, Buddy with the beard, James Harden, and Kyrie on the same team, and they're not even gonna play.
They're finally all healthy, like,
Right.
and everybody's been waiting for this.
Terrible. Yeah, they should just find a way to get rid of them. But yeah, anything else for our beloved listeners?
Speaking of getting rid of, I guess it's time to get rid of us.
Yeah, wow, that's
Why say it
That
like
was
that?
that was
a little
dark,
bleak.
right?
Yeah.
That was good.
good.
I wanted to get dark. It's almost Halloween, guys. Spooky.
Oh, you got 30 seconds. You guys dressing up for Halloween this year?
Oh no.
We're trying to figure out something to do with the kids.
You do anything last year trick or treating?
I
We
think you did.
do trick or treat, and we did
did
walk
do it
around the
last year.
neighborhood, with the little boys.
I like the idea of trunk or treat.
I love that. I want to organize one of those.
Trunk or treat is
but It's
good.
too late. But I want to so bad.
Oh dang! I wish we'd have said something.
Darren, you
sooner.
say that, but then when you get it, you'll say,
No, you know
why'd
why?
I do this?
No, you know why? Because everybody comes to me. I don't have to leave.
Yeah.
I can stay home, and everybody comes to me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the
Okay.
boys don't have to. Yeah, cool. So yeah, we'll figure it out. Again, thank you for joining us on this fine Monday. Enjoy the next tune, Wiz Kid and Thames Essence.
Have a blessed week.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, sir.
You.